Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'm going to show you how I make what my kids call my famous chicken nuggets and potato wedges. This recipe was inspired by my children loving KFC and us not having one nowhere near us. So the first thing I always do is I always go ahead and cut my chicken up into little cubes, and then I get my potato wedges ready. I just slice them and leave the skin on them, and then I make a flour mixture, and this contains about 2.5 cups of flour, and then I have a wide variety of seasons that I place in it to give it the taste that it gets. In this, I add some meat tenderizer seasoning. I add a little bit of steak seasoning. I always do a little bit of chicken seasoning, being as that's what we are fixing this chicken. I also add garlic and pepper salt. I add that to just about everything I fix because I absolutely love garlic. And then I add some salt-free soul food seasoning. I found this at our local mom and pop store. It's called Elber's Butcher Shop. And it's called French fry seasoning. And it works great for anything that you're frying up. It works great on potatoes in the oven, roasting. I use this a lot, so I keep this in stock. And then I use a little bit of pork chop seasoning and a little bit of Memphis barbecue seasoning. And both of these, I just use a little bit of dash. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my potatoes first. And because I don't actually have a deep fryer, I always just use my copper pot. I fill it halfway full of oil. I have a basket that I place in it for when I'm frying. And so I batter these up and drop them down in there. I go ahead and let my oil preheat for about 10 minutes before I start. That way I know that it's at a good temperature for frying. Okay, so you're going to put your potatoes in, and you're just going to literally lightly coat them. Just toss them around in the flour and lightly coat them. And then you're just going to dip them over in your oil. Now, because I have a family that likes to eat a lot, we're going to do this in sections. And I normally can fry up about 15 at a time in this. And in between fries, I always have my oven setting by on warm so that I can place everything in the oven so that it can stay nice and warm in between each item that I cook. That way, when everything is ready, we have a nice hot meal. And you're just going to let these cook until they start to float. Normally, it's about 4 to 5 minutes per se for each basket. And like I said, you're going to put about 10 to 15 in your basket. Once you get them in there, you're just going to give them a little shake so that they're not stuck together and that they're cooking evenly. And like I said, I normally try to either watch the clock or set a timer, and just let them cook for a few minutes. Okay. Once each batch of your potato wedges are done, you're going to take them out, give them a little shake, and you're just going to toss them on a pan. Hopefully you won't lose one. And let them spread out just a little bit, and you're going to keep them in the oven until you get everything ready. And like I said, I keep my oven on low while I'm doing this process. Okay, now that you've gotten all of your potato wedges cooked and ready, we're going to start on the chicken. I've already placed it in the bowl and battered it up really good. Like I said, with this, just like with the potato wedges, you just want a thin coating of flour. You don't want it coated really thick. And then you're just going to drop a couple in here so you fill the basket up. This, just like the potato wedges, is going to be about 10 to 15 a serving. And you're going to let these cook as well for about 5 minutes for each batch. Now that you have all of your batches ready, it's time to take it out of the oven and get it on your plates and serve it with some other sides if you want. Now this is a meal that I love to cook for my family, and this is also a lot cheaper than KFC. I cooked this entire meal, including green beans and macaroni and cheese, for about $6. You can't even get this at KFC for $8. So thank you, and I hope you all enjoy and have a great night.